Here's my top 10 best towns in Alabama. Number 10, Orange Beach. Orange Beach is in Baldwin County, Alabama. It's got a population of right around 5,500 people, and it's right on the Florida-Alabama border on the Gulf of Mexico's coastline. What's really cool about Orange Beach, it's a family beach vacation place. Not really known for its wild, drunken college kids thing, it's all about families. The main attraction at Orange Beach is, well, it's obviously the beach, but it also has this wharf thing. The wharf is a family entertainment district. It's got the tallest Ferris wheel in the southeast, which is kind of cool, especially you get to look out over the ocean. It's kind of neat. It's got a height of about 120 feet, which when you build something that tall on a place that's prone to hurricanes, I wonder about the mental state of the people there, but I guess it's made through a couple hurricanes. My favorite thing about Orange Beach is the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo. If this sounds familiar, you probably had elementary-age kids around 2005 and ended up watching a lot of Animal Planet. Or if you're like me, you just end up watching the Animal Planet because you like it. Now, they did this series about the zoo's recovery after a couple hurricanes. It was called The Little Zoo That Could. I think they did about 14 episodes. If you get a chance, while you're there, visit the zoo. If you don't go there, definitely check out their website. Maybe you could catch some of the episodes of that series on YouTube or maybe Amazon Prime or Netflix. I don't know where it is. It's a really neat series. Orange Beach is a really cool part of Alabama. Number 9, Fairhope. Fairhope is another city in Baldwin County, Alabama. This is a great little town. It's on the shoreline of Mobile Bay. The population is around 15,000, and a lot of people say that you'd never guess they have that many people because it's so spread out and the houses aren't always right on top of each other. This is a nice place to live, and for proof of that, the website Niche gives Fairhope A's and B's in every category. Schools, A-, cost of living, B, good for families, A, jobs, A, commute, B+, crime, B+. It's like a dream report card. I never saw a report card like that my whole time in high school. Here's something else that's really cool. For the last 50 years or so, residents, fishermen, whoever, have experienced this thing they call the Jubilee phenomenon. During Jubilee, along the shoreline of Mobile Bay, some of the aquatic life, including things like blue crab, flounder, stingray, and shrimp, come to the shoreline. They just, for the most part, beach themselves. And it's possible for you to just walk up and grab fish, crabs, whatever. I don't know if I'd be grabbing the stingray, especially after what happened to the crocodile hunter dude. I think it was a stingray that killed him. I've always been wary of stingrays since then, so this video makes me a little creeped out seeing him there. You could look at that. That's just so cool. You can just walk up and grab things. Fairhope's a nice place to live. Number 8, Mentone. Mentone is located in DeKalb County, Alabama. This is a small, friendly mountain village on top of Lookout Mountain in northeast Alabama. This is a cute little tourist and vacation type town. Great views, plenty of nature, and a pretty cool 100-foot waterfall. You know, whether you're going there to look for relaxation or some outdoor fun, whatever you want to do, you'll find it in Mentone. Mentone only has a population of about 500. They also have almost zero crime. My buddy Mick, who lives near Mentone in a place called Albertville, Alabama, said that this town is known for being friendly. Now, if you've ever lived in a tourist town like I have, you know that's uncommon. Locals hate tourists. That's just a fact of life. Actually, if you're here in Portland, they hate everyone that's moving in or just visiting. It's really strange and messed up. Anyway, this town has a bunch of summer camps, cabins, and other vacation-type businesses you could go to. If you're hungry, try the Plowshare Bistro. It's a farm-to-table type place. Everything's fresh. Everything's fairly healthy. It's really good food. My friend Mick said it just opened a couple months ago. He said he's been there like 4 times. It's great every single time. Number 7, Magnolia Springs. Magnolia Springs is another town in Baldwin County, Alabama. The town is located at the headwaters of the Magnolia River. This place is like an ad for the Home and Garden channel. It looks like Martha Stewart took too many Adderall and designed a small southern town. They have only been a town since 2006. They've been there forever. They were just part of Baldwin County before, like a section of it. In 2006, the residents voted to incorporate into a town at one of their town hall meetings, which they have every month and apparently have for close to 100 years, even though they weren't a town before. This town actually has the only U.S. Postal Service water delivery route in the country. Their postman shows up on a boat. That's just weird. The town has just under 1,000 residents, and like I said, they have a town meeting every single month. This is small town living. If you go on vacation, the local sheriff will stop by and check on your place. All you gotta do is ask. This place is what we all imagine when we think about small town life. They have almost zero crime as well. Number 6, Spanish Fort. Spanish Fort, one of the oldest cities in the United States, having first been settled in 1712. It's also the site of a famous Revolutionary War battle, the Battle of Fort Charlotte. After the battle, the town's original trading post was converted into a military fort, giving the town its name. Spanish Fort stretches out into the Mobile Bay with a few small islands. Well, it's kind of in Mobile Bay. Technically, there's a river and some other tiny little bay, and it's all just right off of Mobile Bay, if we're getting technical. And we know that the internet is filled with people that has nothing else to do but find little small errors and anything just so they can try and make it a thing. It makes them feel better. So, I mean, if that's what you want to do, do it. Hope you feel better. If you're visiting Spanish Fort, just off of one of those islands in the bay, you'll see the USS Alabama. It's impressive. It's a World War II battleship docked in the bay. It's now a museum. Obviously, we don't use battleships anymore. We haven't since, God, I don't know. I think the last time we used a battleship was in the 80s, maybe? I don't think the 80s. I think they might have used them as bombardment. Anyway, or maybe Vietnam, or I know Korea. But anyway, it's been turned into a museum. I would suggest giving it a visit. It's pretty neat. This is another town that gets all A's and all B's, except for the commute. The commute is a C+, which, considering it's right across from a major city like Mobile, and there's a bridge and a bay in the middle, that's pretty good to get a C+ in commute. You got plenty of jobs, home prices are decent, and the crime rate is low. Number 5, Mooresville. Mooresville is located in Limestone County, Alabama, and the entire town is on the National Register of Historic Places. So that's kind of cool. I always mention when towns have a bunch of history. The history in Mooresville isn't as much events as it is structures. The Stagecoach Inn Tavern was built in 1820. The local post office, which is the oldest functioning post office in Alabama, was built in 1840. The Brick Church, 1839. Historic homes and buildings, extensive gardens, tree-covered streets, more of that whole home and garden feel that Alabama's nicer towns are all about. This is a sweet little town that has less than 60 residents. It's so small that I couldn't even get ratings on its crime or anything like that, but everything I've read, they haven't had a murder in decades. It's a great little place, Mooresville. Only 60 residents. Kind of like that. Number 4, Muscle Shoals. Muscle Shoals is the largest city in Colbert County, Alabama. It's home of 13,000 residents. Muscle Shoals in northwest Alabama is named for being a popular location for gathering mussels. Not those mussels. These mussels. This is another place with rich history. Not as much history that you'd read in, say, elementary school, middle school, high school, but music history. Muscle Shoals is known for recording a bunch of hit songs starting back in the 1960s and even up to today. They have 2 major studios, which is Fame Studios, where Percy Sledge, Aretha Franklin, Wilson Pickett, Otis Redding. The second studio is Muscle Shoals Sound Studio down there on North Jackson Highway. It's technically in Sheffield, Alabama, but it's right there on the border, right next to each other, and it's also called Muscle Shoals Sound Studio. Now, they developed works for Bob Dylan, Elton John, Rolling Stones, Leonard Skinner, and a bunch of others. This place is rich in musical history, and you wouldn't expect it. You'd expect places like Nashville and New York and Los Angeles. This place has developed a lot of music. What else makes Muscle Shoals a great place to live is its scorecard. I talked about scorecards before from niche.com. This one is another one that is A's and B's across the board. The school system actually has an A+ rating, which is kind of rare from what I've seen to get an A+. Normally, if it's a really good school, they might get a B+, maybe an A. But this one's actually the first one that I've seen that has an A+, which, I mean, that's pretty cool. That really makes a good town when they have good schools. Number 3, Hartselle. Hartselle is the second largest town in Morgan County, Alabama. The town of Hartselle is comparatively young as far as towns go, especially in Alabama, having only been established in the late 1800s. Originally, it was a small village on some train tracks, and it was located about a half a mile north of where downtown Hartselle sits today. Back in the early village days, it had to actually pick itself up and move at the railroad's request because of the slope that the old site was on. It was impractical for a train to actually stop and to build a station and all that good stuff. Modern day Hartselle is a wonderful place to live. Its overall scorecard is an A-. Schools, housing, jobs, crime, cost of living are all graded in the A's. The median home price in Hartselle is $128,000. That's over $50,000 less than the national average. Rent in Hartselle, now dirt cheap too. About $550 will get you a decent 2-bedroom house to rent. It's like they forgot to raise rent prices since, I don't know, Bush was still in the White House. You gotta love a town that's known as the town of Southern hospitality. Number 2, Decatur. Decatur is a town in Morgan and in Limestone counties in the state of Alabama. This city is affectionately known as the River City. It is located in northern Alabama on the banks of the Tennessee River. Decatur was the site of several encounters during the American Civil War. When the Union Army occupied the town in the early parts of the war, the commanding general ordered all but 4 of the buildings in the town destroyed. Kind of a dick move if you ask me, but hey, war is hell. Needless to say, they've rebuilt and recovered from the Civil War some time ago. I mean, the Civil War did end in 1865, so they've had plenty of time to fix the place up right. It's not like this is Mississippi after all, they'd still be working on it. Decatur does get an overall of A-, which is a little bit less than some of the other ones on this list. They have great schools, cost of living, jobs, and the only thing that really brings them down is their crime and outdoor activities, which both got a C+. In most places, a C+ would be phenomenal, but when we're talking the best of, kind of brings them down a little bit. But what makes them go so high on this list again, is housing prices. They are even cheaper than Hartselle, which is just to the south of Decatur, by the way. The median house cost is $122,000. $122,000. And that's a nice house. That's not some rundown lot with a trailer on it or something like that. Remember, I said this is Alabama, not Mississippi, so that's what you're looking at. The average rent there is about $500 for a 2-bedroom. And number 1, Tuscumbia. Tuscumbia is a town in Colbert County, Alabama. Tuscumbia was settled in 1815 and established as a town in 1820. Now they have some history here. During the Civil War, the railroad hub in Tuscumbia made it a target for the Union Army, which destroyed the railroad shop and buildings and other parts of the town. Tuscumbia is believed to contain the largest collection of middle-income historic homes in Alabama. In other words, they have a whole bunch of really nice, really old, everyday homes. Most of the time when you see historic home, it's a mansion or a plantation or something like that. Preservation and restoration of these homes and historic commercial buildings have kind of made Tuscumbia a popular destination for history-oriented visitors. A few of Tuscumbia attractions include Spring Park, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, Ivy Green. Now, if you don't know what Ivy Green is, you never read the book, The Miracle Worker. This is the birthplace of Helen Keller. She's the most famous resident of Tuscumbia. If you don't know who she is, she was blind, deaf. Read The Miracle Worker. It'll change your life. Besides all that really cool stuff, Tuscumbia has a great scorecard. Crime being the only category lower than a B. They got a C+. And that's really good. Remember those other places in this list that I talked about low home prices? You haven't seen anything yet. The median home price in Tuscumbia is $101,000. That's crazy. These aren't rundown homes. These aren't shacks. These are nice homes. I actually saw one which was technically just outside of Tuscumbia, but it was right on the Tennessee River. River view, nice porch, nice home, like 2 bedrooms, and it was $250,000. Okay, if you get on the water in just about any other place in this country, you're looking at major dollars. But when the average home price is about 101, that's a bit of a jump to 250. I get it. But any place else in this country, that's an amazing price. This is a great place to buy a home. They've got jobs, especially in the surrounding area. They're attached to Muscle Shoals, so it's not like they're out in the middle of nowhere. This is a great place to live. When you add up all the history, the scorecard, the beauty of this place, and the home prices, Tuscumbia is the best town in Alabama. Alright, so that's my video for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Hope you got a little entertainment out of it. Alabama is a great state. A lot of deep history. Like I've always said, both good and bad. Every place has them. But these are some really, really nice towns in Alabama. Don't forget to leave a like. If this is your first time here or 10th time here and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers this year, 2018. See if we can do that. Also, if you haven't picked up the book Blue Highways, I left a link down below. I've pimped out that book to no end because it is amazing. And if you like videos like this, it's the perfect book for you. It's what got me interested in all this stuff. Hope you enjoy that book. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.